Alright, I've been coin chess and wine again. The last video I did tonight dealt with the significance of the 1150 level on the S&P 500 dating back to 1998. So I think that gives you an idea of the kind of broad top-down analysis that I did with that video. This video I'm exclusively going to focus on individual issues, more of a bottoms-up analysis to try and gauge the underlying strength of this market as we presumably negotiate the 1150 level this week. Okay, now the first chart you're looking at is the daily chart of Apple Computer, probably the marquee business in the entire world right now. But you can see here, ever since late August, we had the false breakdown. Everyone was kind of writing off Apple going down into the 220s, and instead we get this straight shot up from 234, 235 up to 292 on Friday. So you know, I as a swing trader, you simply can't buy this stock up here and allocate long capital to the long side right now. As a swing trader, you can see how steep this angle of ascent is. But my point of showing you this chart is that Apple is a leadership stock and it's acting the way leaders should in a healthy uptrend. Now, I'm not 100% convinced that we are in a confirmed sustained uptrend in terms of the broad market, but we're starting to see more and more signs that that may be the case, that we're transitioning away from a range-bound oscillating market like we saw this summer to much more to a trending market that's much more friendly to swing traders. So that's something you really want to be on watch for. Again, Apple's a leadership stock acting the way a leader should. Another leadership stock that you guys know I love is Freeport-McMoRan. This lineup here denotes the fact that the stock is actually very close up to 52-week highs after, again, having every chance in the world to have a breakdown here throughout the summer in the 50 range. And instead, the stock recovered, scalloped at a bottom. You can see the buying volume come in late July. And now all of a sudden, the stock is just screaming higher. Again, a leadership stock. Again, is it extended in the short term? Absolutely. Would I allocate fresh capital here to Freeport? No, I would not do that. But my point of showing you this chart is that Freeport is a leadership stock acting the way a leadership stock should in a healthy uptrend. So we're seeing more and more signs that we're not just kind of in this murky range-bound area where both bulls and bears are getting chopped up. We're starting to see bulls who are aggressive and being rewarded. So you need to pay attention to that. Now, because Apple and Freeport, and here's a key point, because Apple and Freeport are extended here in the short term, does that mean the market's an easy short? No, not necessarily. Again, last week I introduced the idea to you that we might be seeing a sector rotation, and I guess I can amend that, and I'll say we might see a rotation from the extended names into the ones setting up behind them. Again, that's another sign of a healthy market, is when you get your leaders, but then you get stocks like Alpha Natural Resources here in the coal material space, ANR, which is setting up behind the leaders. Here you can see the stock scalloped out of bottom all summer. Each thrust down alleviated selling pressure by the bears. They couldn't break it down to fresh lows here. And now all of a sudden, in the month of September, you see Alpha Natural Resources has been forming this tight lateral base. And, the presumption is that really you're going to see the next move be up and out as, again, throughout this summer, the bears have kind of exhausted themselves on each of these thrusts down here. Another name setting up behind them is, behind the leaders is a name I'm long, actually. I bought on Friday. Genco Shipping, very well run firm. Huge short position, over 20%. I bought it because it broke out of this falling wedge pattern. But I'm not just talking my book here. Genco is a good firm, and again, this obviously the stock is not extended. It had been falling here, but it's a well-run firm in the shipping industry. And again, we can see money move away from some of the extended stocks and into stocks like GNK. In the energy space here, RIG is a stock the Raging Cajun's been all over at iBankCoin. Huge short. Again, it was a heavily shorted name after the BP oil spill. It's being accumulated on volume here. Very tight base. I would expect that to resolve to the upside. ATPG, I am long. Another huge high short name. Again, tight action usually resolves to the upside. And then more material names. Alcoa, again, resolving to the upside. So be on watch for that.